They'll be calling you a radical. So to Chernobyl, it's all over lamestream media that talk about March Madness is they find that some of the workers go home after so long, but they don't dive into the real story of Chernobyl. The real story is being reported that the radiation detection devices, the sirens, anything that has been out for days, if not weeks, you think about the people that are even working in there, the invaders. Putin's don't give a shit about these soldiers. He could care less how many he killed, and he's killing thousands of his own, let alone, just the blood that's been spilled by both sides on soldiers alone is disturbing. Now, who invaded who? Let's get real, all you Putin sympathizers. Ukraine's been their own nation since 1990. Wants to go back and invade. If you can't do it with diplomacy, forget it. War, what is it good for? Time. So, the other reactors, he comes out and says that the R over there on the western border, which is a nightmare. Oh, I've worked with that nightmare for years. That he's not leaving. They're not going down without a fight, and he talked about worst case scenario, Chernobyl. He says FUKUSHIMA. The elephant, herd of elephants, and you can't say that around here. And all you people that have gone along, until you block foreign media in this country. The imperialist media did this. You could draw a line right when this all happened. So as you know, I started the Post-Ignorance Project long before Fukushima happened. So the Post-Ignorance Project is an anti-nuclear movement, an anti-imperialist movement to be counter these guys. So there's a story out. Giuliani goes psycho today and tries to say that Trump was talking to Putin, and Trump had no clue what those were at Red Square. And Putin told him they were churches. Putin said that Trump, those dome things, Yeah, he's smart. Yeah, fuck, he's pathetic is what he is. So is Obama dumber? Yeah, he's a smart president. Remember when it was our group asked him, what you going to do? Now remember, he was propped up by Exelon and the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. Well, every president says they're going to clean up Hanford. What are you going to do about Hanford? Got to tell you, I don't know what that is. Yeah, he's smarter. Good puppet. So the Post-Ignorance Project is an anti-imperialist movement founded by Kevin Blanch long ago. It's I know what the top of the imperialist heap is. Nuclear energy, and everybody's going to go along. And Price Anderson. Just Google Price Anderson, the Congressional Act. You mean Act? It's free money for all these creeps. You think about these imperialists, they're all in. Why is Bezos and Gates famous? Why is Prince Harry famous in the U.S.? Why we worship him? Oh, he was a scientist. He's not a scientist. Bill Gates isn't a scientist. He never invented one single thing. He sold the operating system here. Where'd he get all that money? Bezos? All the dot-coms go broke? Not him. How's that? Oh, he's roots to Los Alamos. Musk. All of them. Musk, he's electric. Where'd he get all that government subsidy? They need to get off welfare. It's true. Liz Warren, what she says is true, by the way. So the Post-Ignorance Project is an anti-imperialist movement for you newbies. And I've been all over the world fighting nuclear reactors. I'm an anti-imperialist. And so let's read this. It's been a long time since I read any of this. I see post-ignorance as a pure art movement in the concept of art itself, in the concept of art as culture, in the concept that people are culture, in the concept that an inspiration and influence are great historical artists, like Van Gogh and Malay, like Pollock's reference to Kandinsky, like Malay's to the sunlight, morning, dawn, winter, fall, summer, spring. It is influenced by the in vogueness of the time. My look at culture and art there is today, economic theory, popular culture, art of more reality, the lack thereof art, the mind of seeing when others for some uncognitive reason do not see. Everyone saw light for millenniums. Everyone saw a simple line for millenniums. Everyone saw a eclectic color for millenniums. But it's more per se the artist. Monet saw the light. Millet saw the struggle. Van Gogh saw the line. Smithson saw the simplicity of the line, the shape against the landscape. Kandinsky saw the election of color and shape. Pollock saw the color of dynamics in motion, but much more than that, they saw it decades ahead of the truth. Their minds saw fact and truth. Their minds were strong enough to act upon what they understood, when all others did not understand, not yet. They had strong backs and knew how to work. They were the purification of ambition, intelligence, education, smoothed with work ethic. I visualize and have for many decades via my hawk and trowel, via my cardboard keyboard, via my paintbrush, via my cardboard 3-day throwaway camera, via my flip video camera, video killed the radio, via my soapbox, YouTube, via my websites is this: poetic injustice to the entire world. Wars without provocation. Pain, wars without provocation, oh boy. Pain without a crime. Love without an artistic spirit. Let's start that part over. Poetic injustice to the entire world. Wars without provocation. Pain without a crime. Love without an artistic spirit. Ignorance with a club, a big club. As the counter, what I have termed neo-ignorance is post-ignorance. I see post-ignorance like this. As a pure movement in pure intellectualism. In a broad intellectualism. Not I know art history, not I know how to draw like a camera, not I know how to interpret, not I know how to incorporate, but I know culture, I know environments in the more exposed manner. I know economics, I know geopolitics, I know metaphors good and bad. I have struggled and what it feels like to be stolen in wealth and mind, artistic and benevolent. I have painted in this movement, I go on and on and on and on, but this is before I got cancer, long before I ever got cancer. And I was a hardcore anti-nuclear from the time I was a little kid. I knew, my intuitive mind knew when I was a child. I got diagnosed supposedly autistic, but I wasn't. I was one of those. The photographic memory, the big storage shed, and I took on the nuclear industry at a very young age. I watched my father die of leukemia. And the Putin war, unless you know about her, you need to look her up. Born and raised in Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn for a lot of years, off and on, a lot. Did a lot of work. I miss it. She took on Putin. She's probably the greatest journalist of our time. On Putin's birthday, October 7th, 2006, he murdered her in cold blood. Giant outcry among the activist community, including myself. That was Bush years, of course. We're off in Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. We're off in Iraq to get Dick Cheney and friends and British Petroleum some new contracts. In a sack, Just like Vietnam went off to kill the Viet Cong. Boogeyman, ISIS. Meanwhile, Putin, back on the Russian ranch, is gassing people in Syria. That came in during the Obama years. Remember, Obama got elected on the anti-war movement. The whole country. Never forget this. Obama it was one of the greatest landslide elections in history. The only reason Obama ever got elected, only one reason. It was an anti-war election. It was a referendum on Cheney and Rumsfeld and these liars. Saddam Hussein have weapons of mass destruction. Jessica Lynch fought off 9 million Al-Qaeda. George Bush won the 2000 election. These fucking lies. Pat Tillman fucking fought off 9, just lie. Everybody knew it. One of the greatest landslide victories, and he had voted against both wars as a junior senator in Illinois. Oh, did he con everybody? When you can con me. Was he playing checkers or chess? I says, the fuckhead's playing Monopoly. Obama dumber, the bot years. Bush dumb, Obama dumber. But remember, he had 60 Senate. 60. Harry Reid simply, he's died of this disease. Rumsfeld's died of this disease. Colin Powell, they all died of the same disease. Talk about the crazy train. These people are all in with their lies. 60 Senate seats. Obama Dummer was the greatest. Oh God. What a betraying Trojan horse. That's when Putin really went to work. He was gassing in Syria. And I tell this story to Nazi, and I'll keep telling. I'm on the train in Vienna on the way to Budapest. And there's a guy, he's a little older than me, looks like a farmer, skinny, looked like, strong guy, dressed like somebody here in Western Weaver County. There's a nurse with him. He looks like he just had the living shit. He looks like he's fought a young Mike Tyson. He's had the shit. He looks like he's, just bruised up. And I'm talking to her, and she's like, this is right when the Syrian outbreak, the it was all on right then. I mean, right as I got out of Budapest, in the train, it was one. Whoa. She says, they were hiding in the bottom of the building, and the building got struck. There's a killer drone, and I said, U.S., and he looked right at me and said, Russian. I'll never forget that. You know, I'm like, nobody in the U.S. even knows what Putin's up to over there. And the thing about it, isn't Assad an eye doctor? Remember, he took out Gaddafi, Obama. Killed Gaddafi. Yeah, I says, I'm going to have a coffee with Gaddafi, which I did. His niece at Idaho National Lab. That's an arguable fact. Me and Winston's girlfriend. And he's going after Assad. Then he just backed out. Putin was gassing. I mean, Putin's using hollow points. He's using everything illegal against all these things. Well, so did the U.S. in Afghanistan and Iraq. Deplete uranium on your own man. I mean, Putin's a war criminal. Fucking A. Just like Obama. And he got a Nobel Prize. Just like Bush. Just like Trump. Oh, right off he got in office. Sliding with Biden. First thing. By the way, arrest Hunter Biden already. Arrest Manafort. Flynn. What? All to Ukraine. What they've done to that place. And now Putin. I mean, Putin's a fucking hideous war criminal. But these reactors, you know, Chernobyl, I'm the guy that named the Big Z. You know, as I own the domain Plutonium Wars, you know, I'll sell it. You know, a few 100,000. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. You know. God. It's unbelievable how this has played out. It's disturbing. You know how many soldiers are dead on both sides? I mean, the people that I pay attention to, I mean, the people that I know, they tell me between the two sides, it's approaching 20,000 dead soldiers already. Civilians, thousands. We don't know. You know, but the UN themselves, their panty painters report well over 1,000 civilians killed. But, I mean, 20,000 soldiers dead already? Holy shit. This is nasty. It is hideous. It is unbelievable. And the fact they do it, I don't think people know Chernobyl. I don't think people have a clue about how many people there have cancer and leukemia. You know, well, Chernobyl went away. It's one of the most radioactive places on the face of the earth. Except for us downwinders here in the United States. Downwinders from what? Open our test in Nevada? Killed my father. They nuked my father to death. I was given 2 months to live 10 years ago, as you know. I have ammo de novo. What's the odds of me going in on 11? I mean, just that fact of the story it's staggering. It's mind-boggling. And the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate hires trolls, attacks me, does everything dirty, which are felonies. All over, but they can do whatever the fuck they want to me. Unbelievable the amount of cancer that's there. Some of the biggest cancer units in the fucking world are there. You know, can't get treatment. Chernobyl's so fucking hot and radioactive. Fucking, fuck, it's unbelievable. Well, not to mention on the backs of COVID, it's still going. I mean, have you ever listened to Putin's voice? No one's ever really heard his voice, has he? He never talks, does he? Listen to it. He has a real squeaky. He's like, yeah. He sounds very similar to Bill Gates. I mean, talk about it. Passive, aggressive. In his, 10,000. I mean, fuck. He made his own documentary about him being a commoner from St. Petersburg. Fucking bullshit. You know, he's a Ramona. I mean, it's a showdown between him and Prince Harry. There's the old Russian Empire. Oh, you can marry a Prince Cinderella. She's not Cinderella. In California? A royal in California. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So, Chernobyl, what's going on in all those reactors? But we're going to get a little SMRs. We're going to get some more. Fuck, the cover-up of Fukushima is the greatest crime in human history. In history. And Kevin Blanch told you every day. Fuck, for 4,033 days. Every day. Thank you, as everybody supports this historic work, but it's heartbreaking, I think about it. To carry this burden and know this fucking truth and fight this hard, the Post-Ignorance Project is an anti-imperialist fucking right. In the name of Sam Adams, in the name of Paul Revere, first Kevin Blanch, the craftsman. The Post-Ignorance Project. because nothing else matters. Stay tuned.